So James Charles has been in the news recently. I reported just the other day about how he was having more and more underage boys come forward and say that he was messaging them some very inappropriate things on Snapchat and Instagram. I'm talking about pictures and messages that are in no way okay for a grown adult to be sending to a minor. This has been a running theme when it comes to James for at least the last 2 years, and his excuse every time has been that these boys lied about being 18, and that's why he felt like it was okay to flirt with them. When this first one really broke out last month is when he released that terrible note page apology on Twitter and then went about his business like nothing had happened. But then only a month later he found himself in the exact same situation, trending on Twitter and people demanding answers. So now he made this video titled "Holding Myself Accountable," which is pretty much the standard influencer apology, black t-shirt, I feel bad for what I did mannerisms, and of course he doesn't even really hold himself accountable here. Accountability in this situation would be turning yourself into the police, because the way he was interacting with these guys was illegal.
In case anybody isn't aware of what's going on, within the past couple of weeks, 2 different people, both under the age of 18, have recently come forward saying that they had inappropriate messages with me on social media. One of them being from last year and one of them being from more recent.
Notice how he says 2 people when in all actuality there have been well over 10 accusers throughout the last couple of years, all underage, and all who claim to have met James in the same way. He sees them on his Explore page and adds them on Snapchat to start these steamy conversations. So he's already starting out by being deceptive with how many people have actually come forward with real proof of him doing this creep shit, cause you know 2 sounds a lot better than 10. He then talks about how he was raging when these stories came out and wanted to run to the internet to tell his side of the story, but he claims through self-reflection he realized why this was wrong.
Conversations should have never happened, point blank period. There's no excuse for it, there's no ifs, ands, or buts, and I take full responsibility for that. I trusted the information that was given to me rather than the information I could have and should have gotten myself. In both of these situations, doing research into these people's public social media profiles would have revealed their true ages, and therefore these conversations would have never happened in the first place, but I didn't do the research.
Well, yeah, no shit, James. You did enough research to find their Snapchats, but you couldn't find their age? I'm not buying that one bit. I mean, let's be honest, guys. We've pretty much all met people online, and it's extremely easy to make sure someone is of age. Do they have tattoos? Do they have facial hair? Do they have pictures of them in college or drinking? Are the people they're hanging out with on their Instagram of age? I mean, it's really not that hard, guys. It's just so obvious when someone is still in high school. And we also need to acknowledge that these guys he's been going after look in no way of age. Some of them actually look like they could borderline have still been in middle school. He's just being so deceptive with this apology. He goes on for a few more minutes saying sorry to the guys he was messaging, describes his behavior as reckless, and then he drops an excuse for why this has all been happening.
Why was this area of me so different? And I finally came to a conclusion. It sucks and it is ridiculously embarrassing to admit this, but I think I have to, and that is that I'm desperate.
Guys, I want you to imagine just for 1 second that a straight 21-year-old male came out and said his excuse for talking to underage girls in an inappropriate way was that he was desperate for a relationship. That would be the day they took that man to jail. He says he wanted to be in a relationship so bad that he just disregarded all of these legal measures he should have been taking when meeting a stranger online. He also claims to have not understood the power dynamics between him and his fans, which I also do not believe, and he does admit to using his Explore page as a dating app, which is some weirdo activity. And then the whole rest of the video is really just him deflecting and acting like the naive party in a situation where he's the only adult. Let's just take a second to see what he failed to acknowledge. 1, there's been way more than 2 victims. 2, these guys obviously don't even look close to 18. 3, being desperate is not an excuse for reckless, illegal activity. And 4, I don't see how he could even be genuine when this had to happen more than 10 times and make major headlines before he really even spoke up about it. But of course, he'll still have a major platform making millions with access to millions of minors. This guy won't get canceled or face repercussions. But I think he's shady at the very least, and I want to get that message out there that I think this apology was absolute garbage. But let me know what you guys think down below. Was this apology enough for you? I just think that more than 10 minors coming forward is absolutely insane. But like I said, I want to hear what you guys think down below in the comments. As always, I want to thank you guys for liking today's video and for subscribing. And as you guys know, there's some other news out here that needs to get covered, so it's been your boy, the Tan Superman, and I'm out. Peace!